Hello, everybody. Looks like we're live. I'm pretty sure my audio's okay, but you better believe I'm doing an audio test today. Hello, everybody. Looks like... Okay, that's fine. That was a quick audio test. Immediately I could tell it's fine. Hi! Let's get started, shall we? Just to be on the safe side, because this is a game running on my computer, I'm going to close Discord. Bye-bye! I'm going to close my browser. Now we're good. Okay. I was charging the batteries for my controller before the stream to make sure that everything's good in that regard. I gotta load my batteries in now. Giving people a chance to pile in. Pile into the chat, everybody. Imagine the chat as a place that, like, not everybody, like there's not enough room in there, and everybody has to, like, sit on top of each other. Okay, let's get the game going, shall we? I hope I don't have to log into Steam. I probably do, though. My Steam Deck is still on the way. It left from Kansas City. I don't know where it is now, but it's not in Kansas City anymore. I was gonna say it's not in Kansas anymore, but it might be in Kansas. Because I found out, I didn't realize Kansas City is not in Kansas. It almost is. It's on, like, the border of Kansas, but it's in Missouri. I don't know how that happened, but... That was interesting to find out. Because I saw my package was in Kansas City, and it said Kansas City, Missouri, and I was like, why is there a Kansas City in Missouri? And I found out that is the Kansas City. It's kind of incredible. Also, hi, KimKit. Oh, I have to log into Steam. Of course I do. Like I said, this just gives people a chance to show up before anything happens. Come on, Steam. We're waiting for you. Do. It's so funny. When I'm using the PNG tuber, when I make noises, it reacts as if I'm saying it. Look. Here we go. The game has finally loaded. Let's move over. No, it's not Sonic. It's not Sonic fan games. This is a real Sonic game. Oh wait, why is Biss here? Sorry, Biss, you're getting kicked out. Boop. I'm so good at beatboxing. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm so good. I'm amazing. I pressed the Biss destruction switch. Don't tell Biss I said that. Alright, let's continue story mode. Look at that booty. Show me the booty. It's the only thing I can think of whenever I hear this song. It's been poisoned for me. Utterly poisoned. Oh my god. So I've heard this port is like the worst of them in this collection, so we shall see how that turns out. What this collection has been doing has been teaching me that these old Sonic games had terrible parallax. I never noticed before. I hate the parallax backgrounds in Sonic now. So look at this, they unsmoothened this so much. I think they unsmoothened it on the 3DS version as well. It's the original way I played Sonic 2. And they made it in 3D on that one. As you might imagine, this special stage is very cool in 3D. Ah! Sonic 2, I think, is the one that I've played the most times now. The most recent time I played, Sonic 2 was when I went to go see the Sonic movie 2, because it just felt like a fitting thing to do. I actually played two different versions of it. I played the 3DS port and the Switch port, just because I brought both of those with me to the theater. It was kind of funny. Those are both basically the same port, by the way. The Switch one just doesn't have the 3D. So they're both really good. Ta-da! They apparently went, like, really above and beyond with, the 3DS ports of Sonic 1 and 2, because, like, I was watching a video about it on Stop Skeletons from Fighting, yesterday, about, Sonic the Hedgehog ports. And, they talked about how they added depth information to every single asset in the game, so that it would work in 3D. They, like, really put in the effort there. It's pretty great. Ooh. Ta-da! Glad I got through Act 1. I gotta show you, before I forget about it, I have to show you the remix that I keep referencing whenever I hear this song from this level. One sec, let me show you. This is Emerald Hill Zone, right? I can't find it. Where is it? Oh no. Where is it? Oh no. I put in like booty remix, but YouTube probably doesn't like the word booty. It's not showing it to me. Let's see. Maybe if I go to the actual, like, regular song? See. I didn't know this was gonna be such a tangent. Lord. Why can I not find it? Damn it. Maybe I should give this to the chat to find. You wanna find the Show Me the Booty, Look at the Booty remix of Emerald Hill Zone? Please do so, and I will show it. Because I cannot find it anymore. I never, like, looked it up before, is the thing. It would just show up in recommendations. It's the only way I've seen it before, so I don't remember the title or anything. Here we go. Sonic 2... Ah, poop. Sonic 2 might be my second favorite. Sonic CD is my very favorite. I've ended up really liking this game a lot. I didn't used to like it very much. Didn't used to be a favorite of mine, but like over time I've come to like it more. I think the better I get at playing classic Sonic games, the more I like this one. Woo! So I freaking missed the second bonus stage. Gotta stay on top of that. I have a fingernail that got broken, and I'm desperately, and like really deep break in it, and I'm trying desperately to prevent it from breaking all the way. It's become quite the thing. I need to put a band-aid over it again to prevent it from bumping into things. Ah! I need it to grow enough that I can cut off the broken part, or trim off the broken part without it being too much. It's very annoying. Oh my god, that's text slang that I like to say, is saying it instead of very, I just say the letter V. Has it become spoken now? Do I just say V instead of very? That's what I just did, wasn't it? Why are we getting slowed down? Was the game lagging? Does Sonic 2 have lag? Ah! Why did the death sound play? Hey, why did the death sound play? So that level was freaking short. I don't remember it being what? I don't remember Chemical Plant being so short. Guess he didn't actually die. Ow. Maybe it was the sound of Tails dying? Apparently Tails' AI has been broken in this version, Biss was telling me. He tends to just wander off and die constantly. So this is the Tails Silly Edition. Woo. Tails No Thoughts Edition. Okay, I think I need 10 more rings to get the thing. It's always 50 rings. It's 50 rings. 60 even. Woo! Woo! Look at how fast I go! Oh my god. So happy. Wah! Wah! Hi Sasha, welcome. Sasha, you should play Sonic 2, it's a good one. Who made grilled cheese? What if you were making mac and cheese? Ah! 10 rings to go. Oh shit. Oh damn. Oh ass. Yes. As confirmed. Ah! Oh yeah, you can go upside down. Look at that. Woo! This game has it all. Can you believe it? Ah! 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 Oh my god. Oh yeah, I had my mind blown about my voice last night because I happened to listen to an old frick! Oh, Tails, no! Oh, that's right, Tails can lose no! Tails can lose rings for you. Oh no, a disaster! Oh, Tails. I forgot how these stages are. Anyway, Tails smells. Parentheses, bad. But yeah, I saw a clip of one of my old Deltarune streams, and I was like, what in the... Because like sometimes I worry that my voice isn't like where I want it. Like it's not good enough or whatever. But then I listen to how I used to sound, and I'm like, I sound nothing like that anymore. It's incredible. I can't even like believe it. So I'm feeling very confident about my voice now because I have remembered how I used to sound. I don't even remember how to sound like that anymore. Like this voice is so much more natural to me. Redonkulous. 0 rings to go. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Tails, please do not touch those. This really is no thoughts tail. No thoughts tail? Tails! He has 2 of them. That's literally his defining trait, is having 2 tails. Ah! 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 No! 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 I've bungled it! Oh no! I've bungled it so bad! No! Let's try again. Tails, don't ruin this for me, please. Tails, please, I beg you. Have mercy. Tails is like a little saboteur. He's just here to sabotage me. Here we go. Ring, 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 ring. Okay. You can't find it either, ChemKit? Oh, I'm so upset. There's a channel I know that used it. I'll go looking after this, I'll go looking after this stage. Okay, crisis averted. There we go. Hi, Adam. Ta-da! There's a channel that I know used this song, and I'm gonna go see if I can find the video. They like delisted a bunch of their videos. They're like still findable, but let's see here. Let's see. It might still be around. Let's look. I'm looking. My playlist. Unlisted stuff. There we go. Let's see. Scrolling down. Alright, let's see. Remember it being kind of older. Let's see. I found it!
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty, I want the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty, I like the booty, oh, the booty, shaking that booty, I saw the booty.
All I can think of whenever I hear that song.
Bring on the booty, give up the booty, loving the booty, round booty.
There you go. Let's hope that doesn't get copyright claimed. I'll link that actual video in the server after the stream. Make sure I remember. Oh! What was that? I was looking at the chat. It's a good old Sonic 2. Though as I mentioned in the announcement, apparently this version is a bit janky. Ah! Get up there, Sonic. Oh yeah. You get copyright claimed for playing the Among Us song. That song gets copyright claimed. Oh, what the— oh, dude! This is— what? That wasn't— I remember having issues with getting squished more than you should in this game, but it wasn't this bad, was it? And did you see how it started lagging as well? There should be no lag. Yeah, the Among Us remix song gets copyright claimed. You have to be kidding me! What is going on? There's no way it was always that bad. I know this kind of thing happened. Yeah, it is, like, that song's not actually in the game, except for, like, the first, like, 3 notes. You could just say it, like, samples the tiny jingle from Among Us, and that's about it. I'm gonna be so glad when we're past this level. Jesus. Yeah, Tails has a tendency to just leave in this version. This was telling me. No! What?! You gotta be kidding me! I remember this level vividly. That didn't squish me? Oh, good lord. This always had a shortcut they were always trying to get me to do on this level. I don't remember it. His mouth was out of the water. I saw it. His mouth was out of the water. I saw it. I know, right? Oh, I think that's the shortcut. I think you're supposed to go, like... hold on. Or maybe it's you go this way and jump off? Oh yeah, I think that way could work. Let's try and do that. No! I went too far. I went a little too far in a few places. Frick. Aw, beans. Aw, frickin' chicken. People don't come here to watch me be good at Sonic, they come here to watch me suffer. People are here to get entertainment out of my suffering when I play Sonic. There we go. You should have seen me years ago, though. I used to be worse at this game. Hey, what? Hey, what happened? What? Why was... What? How did this become a wall? What the hell was that? Sonic Team, what did you do to this game? Yeah, I figured cause it turns into a wall when you go around the loop. That's how the loop works, and I figured it probably forgot to switch back. Ah! I'm so thankful that there's no lives in this version. Say what you will about this part. I'm enjoying the fact that lives have been removed. That's a 100% improvement in my opinion. Oh, come on. Also, being able to redo the special stages is a massive improvement as well. So, like... That's at least a couple points in this collection's favor in my book. I know people have been poo-pooing this a lot, but... oh, God. It's not all bad. The developer did say, though, that, like, they handed these games off to Sonic Team, or Sega, or whoever it was. Probably just Sega. They handed it off to them without bugs that it now has. So that's lovely. Oh yeah, so I mentioned the Stop Skeletons from Fighting Sonic Ports video I watched yesterday, right? I think the funniest thing about it was... So there's a famously terrible Game Boy Advance port of Sonic the Hedgehog, right? And the funniest part about that was that nobody knows who made it. Nobody knows who made it. There was like an unsubstantiated rumor that it was in like the Sonic Advance engine. It doesn't seem to be true. So it just credits Sega and Sonic Team. So we have and then it just like all it has is just the original credits for the game. We have no idea who made that port. And it was funny because they were like, well, we don't really blame them for not really wanting to put their names on this port. I can understand why they didn't want to, nobody wants to claim it. It reminds me of nobody knows who wrote the dialogue in Team Sonic Racing. It's not credited. We can't even tell if it was written in Japanese or English first. Like, we don't know which one's the translation and which one's the original. Oh yeah, the video was about, partially, how, that port of Sonic the Hedgehog on Game Boy Advance led to the existence of Sonic Mania. Like, there's like a direct through line. Because the guy who, decided to make his own, better version of Sonic 1 on Game Boy Advance. Like, that was like his first, like fan project. And then from there he did the, like, mobile ports. And then from there did Sonic Mania. So, disappointment at that particular port directly led us to Sonic Mania. Just pretty great, I think. Oh. Yeah, there was the two people who were good at this stuff who got together, and then that led to Sonic Mania in the end. I wonder if I should... I streamed Sonic Mania once. I wonder if I should stream it again sometime. There's still Sonic games I haven't streamed. I should probably get to those before I restream a bunch of them. Like, I'm already restreaming a bunch of them with this collection, but at least it's, like, different. I guess I never played the DLC in Sonic Mania, so that's the angle I could come at it from. Woo! Can I have bubbles, please? Can I please have bubbles? Here we go. Can we have bubbles? Pretty sure that's something I used to say when I was a little kid, was can may have. Like I was trying to be taught to say may I instead of can I. But I didn't quite understand and I just said both. There we go. Do-do-do. Oh, bubbles. Damn, I can't... Oops. Did I die from drowning or from squishing? I can't tell. Here we go. I do not remember this zone at all, by the way. Also, what is this parallax? This is just nonsense. The background movement is just utter nonsense. Tails, you took my bubble! Tails, I'm drowning! Tails, why did you take my... Tails, stop it! Tails is killing me! It's Tails, but the AI becomes self-aware 2.0. Tails! Why would you do that to me? Tails, I'm literally drowning! Tails! This is not good boy Tails. This is ruthless saboteur Tails. Ah, beans. This is very proud of me for figuring out the drop dash. They put it in all these games, may as well make use of it, you know? Look at Tails swimming though, he's very adorable. Okay, Tails, don't take my bubbles. Stay away, Tails. Stay away, I need this. Thank you. Get up there, Sonic. There you go. I badly need to get out of this water. Please. Oh god. Oh, that's the... Yes! Oh, fresh air, finally! It's wild how much stuff that I just do not commit to memory about Sonic games. I don't remember this at all. Ow! Tails sees the bubble is for me. Kim is a treasure. I agree. We have such a good community around here. I really like... I've got so many cool people around here, it's so nice. You are also appreciated. Tails, what are you doing? Stop wiggling. Thank you. Well, I remember this level, of course. Who could forget this level? The thing that I often misremember is I always think this was in the first Sonic game for some reason. But I'm thinking of the cope level. Ah. Sasha, you're cool. Get out of here. Actually, stay here because you're cool. Yeah, Spring Guard. I just remember that one as the cope level, because it says cope on it, and I never understand why it says cope. Because I was talking about it earlier, I'm always so amused by, like, game stuff when we have no idea who made it. Like, nobody wants to claim it. It's so funny. It's like I was talking about last week with, like, shovelware licensed games from the 2000s, where it's like the developers actually didn't like them either. And then, like, there's at least one instance where we know the developers were like, we tried to forget about that game as soon as we sent it out the door. Like, I just feel bad for the people who had to make those games. Sounds like it was not fun. There you go. What game? It was like a Dragon Ball fighting game on the Game Boy Advance. And they were like... It's like I was mentioning, like, people, like, are like, what were they thinking? How did they put this out? How did they think this was good? And it's like, well, they didn't. They just had no choice. They were given no time, no assets, and they just had to put something out as fast as they could. And even the developers aren't happy with it. And that makes sense. It's like, I'm sure they would rather be making better games. Thought I was talking about a Sonic game? No. I was just talking about licensed games from the 2000s. Tails, please, I beg of you. 35 to go? You gotta be kidding me. Tails, I'm blaming you. I hope you understand. No hard feelings, but this was your fault. God damn it, Tails. God damn it, Tails. I'm so glad you can just redo it. Oh my god, Sasha, you're doing what Pokemon refuses to do. Pokemon keeps removing the game corners. The funniest thing is when they leave the game corner in, but just... like, you just can't go in. It's just, like, it just says, this place is closed. That's the best. That's what they did in Pokemon Let's Go. Game corner was just no longer functioning. That's how they got around it. Oh, beans. Oh, I have a nice amount, though. Tails, do not touch. I swear. Okay, I might be able to do this, actually. Yes! Oh my god, thank goodness. Ha! Tails! Barnacles! Oh man! Oh my god, Sasha. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're cool. Ah, the god! That one always gets me. I am only a bean bonus girl. Here we go. Okay. Cool. Hundo 60 rings. A hundo P cent. Ah! Tails, why? Tails, why you do this to me? I can't believe Tails is smelly. No, all of that was my fault. Never mind. That was all my fault. Not enough rings. Not enough tails, more like. I'm gonna see if this video credits the original song. Audio source. Oh, it's on SoundCloud. Is it still there? Oh, it is there. It's called Emerald Booty Zone. Alright, back to here we go. Yeah, only 43 rings to go. Jeez, I was so close. This is probably my favorite special stages, though. I'm probably a weirdo for that, but... My least favorite is Blue Sphere. If I never had to play Blue Sphere again, I would be pleased. Ha! Okay. Okay. I may be a weirdo, but I'm a lovable weirdo? Oh, thank you. Yeah, Tails. My bio calls me a weirdo. Well, I call myself a weirdo, I mean. Ah! It's part of my brand. Speaking of brand, I'm going to be changing my... or updating, rather, my, presentation and everything. Soon, because I made a cool new drawing of myself that I like a lot. I want to make a new VTuber thing that matches my current look more. Why? And then, I want to update my banner with a slightly... Like, it's going to be the same style. The Undertale looking style. But Tails, seriously? Yeah, why don't I just add a little bit of insult to injury there at the end? Let's try again. Quit trying to make Sasha into a zombie clown. Being a zombie is my thing. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be updating all that a little bit. Because I've been using this VTuber for quite a long time now. I think it could use a little bit of an overhaul. Here we go. What if we were both zombies and clowns? No, don't make me into a clown. Don't put me down the clown pipeline, no! Don't make me into a marketable clown! Okay, we got this. Come on, Tails, we got this. Don't fail me now, Tails. Okay, we got a good surplus going. That one always comes out of nowhere. It's unfair because I can jump out of the way, but Tails doesn't. His Tails always lags behind. Oh goodness. Okay, let's try again. Let's do it again. It's only gonna get worse from here. The levels are gonna get harder and it's gonna be... And Tails is going to get in more and more trouble. Okay. Tails. I swear to God. Tails, I swear. If you don't cut this out... I'm gonna have to call your mom. Hello, welcome to the stream. I personally find Blue Spheres harder than this. Imagine Blue Spheres, but Tails could mess you up. Tails could run into a red sphere at any moment. Could you imagine? Really? 2 to go? Really? I was that close? Really? Oh god. Blue Spheres is my personal nemesis. I'm so glad that this compilation lets you retry the special stages. Like, I usually do that anyway with save states, but it's really nice to have it just built in. We once played a fan game on the stream that was just a recreation of Blue Sphere. That was something. I think Cass showed up just to rant against Blue Sphere. Like, she wanted in on that stream just so that she could rant about it. It was kind of incredible. Yeah, it was the 3D one, Adam. Okay. We have a surplus. Tails! No! God damn it. I know that one's coming now, and it's still... Tails still runs into it. No, no, Tails, why'd you do that to me? No! It was so close! That last section, though, damn. Okay. I make such pained noises sometimes. I only do that on my stream, I swear. It's so funny what streaming will bring out of you. Like, I used to watch Vinesauce and, like, thought that the weird noises he would make during games was just, like, a thing that he did. Then I started streaming and those kind of noises started coming out of me and I was like, oh, I understand now. Because, like, when you're streaming, you're used to just, like, vocalizing all your thoughts and everything, and when your thoughts turn into just, pain, the vocalization is just pain. Here we go. Oh yeah, speaking of Stop Skeletons from Fighting from earlier, I watched, I got back into watching that channel because of their video about Doom RPGs, of which there were more than I thought. And I found out that they turned that game series into its own IP called Orcs and Elves, and there was a Nintendo DS port of Orcs and Elves, and it looks kind of incredible. So that's on my list of games to collect now. Tails, why? Oh, thank goodness, we did it, finally! And what's really funny about Orcs and Elves is it's the closest thing that there was to a Doom game officially on the Nintendo DS. It's not even, it doesn't even look good as a game. Like it's not that interesting of a game, but it's interesting the context of it. I think it would be fun to have in my collection. There we go. If Tails hit the last bombs at the last possible second, you would have lost it. He did hit one bomb, but he didn't lose rings for me. Sometimes he doesn't lose rings. I don't know why. I don't know what determines him losing rings for me or not, but I'm glad that that was a not. Yeah, we're in Casino Night. I like collecting games that aren't necessarily the best games ever, but that they're like interesting, you know? I'm a games connoisseur. So that's why I'm interested to get Orcs and Elves. That's why I'm interested to get Touch the Dead, literally just because of the title. Literally only the title is, the reason I want to get that one. And they have that at the, local used game store. I'm still so amazed that that place exists here. I talked about when I went there, but they have literally every single game. They had like a sign that says, "We try to keep complete libraries of every console." I was like, please let us know if you find a game that we're missing. And they weren't kidding. Every single game I could think of that I want to get on Nintendo DS still, they had them all. So like, yeah, next time I go get some new DS, well, old DS games, I'm just gonna go there, because they're gonna have them. Alright, ready? We're already up to another special stage. I also want to get Doom for the Game Boy Advance. Because I've heard those are actually really good ports. Like some of the best Doom ports. Well, classic Doom ports. Like, modern ones are better, but like... apparently it's like remarkably good. Tails. Here we go. They also had, Lego Battles at that store. I'm kinda tempted to get it just because they had it. They also have an entire wall just dedicated to Switch games. Just pretty great. Half the store is PS2 games, of course. Oh my god. I have written down a list of all the games I want to collect at the moment. Let me look. Oh yeah, I want to get the first Adventure Time game, but the DS version of it, which is another one I want just for the novelty of it. Oh yeah, there's that Banjo-Kazooie game on the Game Boy Advance that looks interesting. I want to get the Angry Birds trilogy on 3DS. That's one that there's no point to get other than for the novelty of having it in your collection. Grunty's Revenge. That's the one. The one that's like an isometric view platformer. I'm very fascinated by the idea of isometric platformers. Tails, why? It's like a niche that was not very explored. It kind of only existed out of a weird circumstance, which is that like 3D platformers came into prominence. And then you had the Game Boy Advance, which couldn't really do 3D. I mean, like, a 3D platformer was made on it one time. There's that Obelisk and what's his name game that looks like a PlayStation game. That one only came out in Europe. Yeah. But like, obviously 99.99% of developers didn't go that route with porting 3D platformers, and so this like isometric 3D platformer was invented, and like it was barely ever explored. I feel like it should be explored more. I kind of want to make a game like that. There we go. The old Mario and Luigi games used to kind of be like that as well. There we go. Okay. Until eventually they were just 3D model environments. And now they don't exist at all anymore. Well, I really need to get better at that section, don't I? Okay. This is not the 7th, I don't think? I haven't gotten that many yet, have I? I think this is like the 4th one. I think we still have 3 more after this. I've already done this before, like, multiple times, so I don't really need to do this, but, like, I don't know, I want to. Why not, you know? I miss getting the best ending in the first game, but I got it in Sonic CD. And now, got it here as well. Tails, I swear. Oh, well, that was my fault. That one was me. Why did Tails run into literally everything, though? Yeah, I played CD last week, Adam. The CD's my favorite classic Sonic game. I think this one might be my second favorite nowadays. I've grown fond of Sonic 2 over time. Sonic 3D just does so much cool stuff that I like, though, so... Well, the bosses are pitiful in Sonic CD, though. The bosses are much better in Sonic 2. Doo-doo. Because you can redo the special stages in this version, I was able to actually get the Chaos Emeralds through the special stages in Sonic CD this time. Frickin'... Well, that was my best run ever, but it still wasn't great. I still need 15 more. I see Adam. There we go. This was telling me how, like, it was, like, Sonic CD and Sonic 2 were made at, like, the same time. They, like the teams sort of split off, and one was sort of headed by the artist, and then this one was headed by the programmer. Like the main programmer, and the other one was headed by the main artist, and you can tell the difference. Like, Sonic CD has like very nice graphics, and then Sonic 2 has like very solid mechanics. CD's a little bit less refined in that regard, but not that I notice. I'm just taking Biss's word for that. Tails, really? Tails. That was my best run this time by 1 ring. It's gone. Okay, we've got... Like, I always come in with a big surplus. Then I can't pull it through. I'm laser focused. It's time to stop talking and focus. It's so funny how much of playing Sonic ends up being special stages when you're going for all the emeralds. This ends up taking up so much time, and Tails... Oh, thank goodness. Alright, there's one more to go. Wish me luck, chat. This is my first time on even the last segment here. Oh, Tails, why? Good luck. Yeah, thank you. I did ask for good luck. 18 rings to go. Please tell me there's enough. Please tell me there's enough. No! We were so close! So close! I still want to play Tails Adventure sometime. You mentioned that. I'm improving though, we'll get this. We will get this. You know something that's maybe a hot take, but that I've thought about before? It's like the Sega Game Gear is just like not a system with good games on it. That probably sounds really harsh, but like I often look at games on it and it's just like, God, these look butt ugly. Why did all the games on this game... Why did all the games on the system look so terrible? There's like a few games that I'm interested to play on it still, but like... On the whole, I'm like... What was wrong with the Game Gear? Tails, I cannot... this would have been perfect. Tails, I cannot believe you lost the last few rings I needed. The Game Gear is impressively chunky though, I'll give it that. It's like a nice looking little system. It's a chunky boy. Well, that wasn't good. This game was supposed to have a time travel mechanic like CD. Interesting. There we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is the best I've ever done. Let's see how I do. That was a bad choice to stay in the middle, wasn't it? Okay, here we go. Okay, we did it! Hooray! Ta-da! Round of applause! And Tails was useful. Yeah, you got 3 rings. So that's 4 out of 7. Yeah, I told you we were on 4. Whoop. Oh, I don't know what that was. Don't mind me. Just adding my own sound effect. What am I doing? There we go. Oh yeah, I want to mention Gray Area is coming along really well still. Why do people always come to my stream and call me cute? I don't understand. It's coming along really well. I only have 3 more levels after the one I'm working on to finish. And then all the levels will be done. Excluding the epilogue levels. Ooh, I got an achievement for that. Lucky Hedgehog. No, I didn't want to go in again. In fact, I would really prefer to leave. No. Once all the levels are done, then it's all just like less... What in the world was that? That was pretty great. So like less substantial stuff. No. No, 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 no. Oh, I did it. Okay. That was a great glitch. Tails, not... What are we doing? No! Tails, get out of there! This is so funny. But yeah, Gray Area should be done this year. I'm very confident. I've still got some big stuff to finish outside of just level design, but like... Oh yeah, I'm excited. Alright, time for number 5. Are you ready? Let's hope I, like, somehow do better at this one than the previous one. Gotta get upside down. You're missing a lot of rings. Oh my god, I just made it exactly. No surplus. Jesus, we gotta get a lot. Oh man. Screwed that up. So, oh my god. Well, we're not doing it this time, are we? Yep. That was much more intense of a noise than I was planning, Jesus. Here we go. Laser focused. My desktop keeps refreshing itself. I keep noticing it, like, reloading all my icons. And it's very strange. I don't know what that's about. There we go. Get the 10 rings. 110, rather. Okay, I got more rings that time. It wasn't perfect, but... The Tails. Tails, we can't still be on this now. You got it, you... Tails, I'm gonna take you to court. Sonic takes Tails to court and gets a divorce. It sounds like one of those, like joke video game covers some people would make. Somebody should make that. Joke game cover that's called Sonic Goes to Court and Gets a Divorce from Tails. Here we go. Tails, wait, we were married? Let's sue an 8-year-old. I'm sure there's no moral issues with suing an 8-year-old. If you didn't want to get sued, he shouldn't have lost my rings. You gotta be kidding me. It's so tight. The tolerance here is so small. I'll sue 1,000 8-year-olds before I let this company die. Here we go. Here we go. I still hear joke. I'm so sorry. Great minds think alike. So let's say that. Would you rather sue 1,000 8-year-olds or 8 1,000-year-olds? I would be very terrified of the power held by somebody who was 1,000 years old. So I don't think I can handle even one of those. What? You what? Tails, we had the rings. And now we lost by like 2. Tails. That kind of, I've done that before, that kind of sounded like a King Boo sound. Sometimes I go into King Boo mode, apparently. Well this isn't going to work now. How did I screw that up? Oh man. Okay, well maybe it'll work out. Okay, somehow that still worked out. Jeez. Yeah, you don't have a choice playing in the story mode, Adam. It just gives you Tails. Because I guess that's the canonical way that this went. Tails and Sonic together is canonical, so... Let's try again. There we go. Here we go. I mean, you are right though that this is the entertaining way to do this. Okay, we have a bit of a surplus this time. Tails has 14 rings for us. Good job, Tails. Good boy Tails is here finally. I have an old video on my channel called Tails But the AI is Self-Aware that came from SRB2. I feel like this is the sequel. We're witnessing to the sequel to that now. Tails, Tails, I cannot I cannot fathom what is going through your head. Why are you treating me like this, Tails? We were brothers, Tails! You were the chosen one! Tails has gone to the dark side. Tails, you piece of absolute solidified fart! Kimkit, you're a legend. An absolute legend. Okay, we hit 110. Now, even if Tails loses some of his rings, we're fine. Okay. Get 200. Alright. Alright, we'll try. Oh my god. No! Oh, thank god. Okay, that last segment wasn't too hard. Alright. Alright, that one was less hard than number 4. 2 to go. Tails did help. He helped a lot that time. We're very proud of Tails. We are, revoking the subpoena. We're unsubpoenaing Tails. Here we go. Thankfully this boss isn't very hard. Here we go. I don't think I've ever finished a level in a Sonic game with 300 rings. Jeez. I can be proud of myself for that one. Are those like little... were those little wombats coming out of there? Tails is yawning. Look at him, he's so bored of this. This song is so funny sounding. Oh, this is the one that Biss thought sounded like a bagpipe. Biss was like, what instrument do you think this sounds like? And I was like, I don't know, it sounds like Sega Genesis to me. I stand by that. There we go. I got into playing Sega Genesis games fairly late into my life. Well, my life of playing games, that is. I was a Nintendo baby. I still haven't played a lot of Sega Genesis stuff, mostly just Sonic. I've played Rice Star. I want to play more Genesis games, I'm still, like, lacking when it comes to Sega stuff. I've played a fair amount of Dreamcast stuff. Never played a Saturn game. Not that there's a lot of Saturn games, but... There we go. That's why we're, Sasha and I are gonna stream Toe Jam and Earl soon. That'll be a Sega game for me to try. I should play Moonwalker. I should play Pulseman. Hi, Beth. What if I played Balls 3D? I saw that at the game store I was talking about, and it was so funny looking because it didn't have the proper label on it anymore. So somebody had just, like a plain label, somebody had written balls on it, and it was so funny to see that in like the stack of games. Just said, ball. Oh. Here we go. Woo! Alright, here we go. Number 6. Here we go! 80 rings for stage 1, Jesus. Alrighty. Here we go. Here we go. This isn't too hard. Alright, we've got a little bit of a surplus. Oh, even better. Here we go. Sasha just says toe! You can't just say that in my chat. I always thought Toe Jam and Earl looked interesting. This hates Toe Jam and Earl, though. Whenever I bring it up, they become disgusted. That I would dare to mention Toe Jam and Earl. People are slapping the fairy in my chat. Oh my lord. That... Tails, that was a disaster! We're planning to sue Tails, by the way, Beth. Just thought you'd like to know. $29 rings to go. Yeah, that's gonna happen, I'm sure. Great. Thanks. The original Toe Jam and Earl has such just a 90s aesthetic to it. Just oozing 90s aesthetic. That's kind of incredible. That's about all I know. That's all I remember of it. The new meme around here is slapping the fairy. Because they can fit so much Pepsi in them. This fairy can fit so much Pepsi. Okay, that's a big surplus. Oh wait, no it's not. We're on part 2, I guess? Where are we? I've lost track. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, no, that was part 2. We're good. We did it again. Tails, Tails! How did this happen again, Tails? Tails, I don't understand. Why did this happen again? Why I'm missing too many rings. Yeah, look, same situation. Tails, I don't under it. Pepsi Bismol. Ooh. Tails can only lose rings he picked up. Yeah. So, oh, that would explain it. Because I was like, why does Tails sometimes lose rings and sometimes he doesn't? That makes perfect sense. I've just been no thoughts head empty about it. There we go. Ah! Okay. Also, I was gonna mention about my voice earlier, I forgot to, which is just like... it's been interesting because I didn't get any, like, proper training for my voice at all. It just kind of came naturally to me. And it's been interesting because it's not just about, like, going into a higher register, although that's important. It's also, like, I've been sort of picking up, like, sort of, like, feminine, like, tone of voice? Like a feminine affect for my voice, which again, I didn't get any training for, I just kind of picked it up. And like... I don't know where it came from, it just felt natural, you know? It was as simple as that. Here we go. But I think that's really interesting. That it was so natural for me. I wasn't sure how easy or hard it would be to train my voice, but it was really easy. How did I end up with 27 rings to go? What the hell? I thought I was doing good! Guess I wasn't paying attention. Oh, thank you, Adam. This one's annoying because most of it is, like, extremely easy. But then, like, just like a couple mistakes will destroy you. I'm laser focused again. No more talking. Only ring getting. Jesus, okay. Okay, no talking, only ring get. I must only think about fine dining and ring getting. Okay. Alright, that one done. Last one, let's see if I can not die in that one section. Nope. It happened again. I swear, how are you supposed to do that part? I don't understand. May as well give up now, I don't think I'm getting enough rings. Yeah, look, 23 left. Well, this is my best run, 15 to go. Oh, hi! Thanks for the raid. Welcome. We're trying to get rings. I am very focused right now. Here we go. This part just really is just easy. To the point where it's getting kind of boring to do it over and over. It's just that one section, I don't know how to get Tails to behave. I just have to not let him get any rings, I think. It says this raid is metal AF. It is. I mean, they announced it as such, so... Slap Sonic. This hedgehog can fit so many rings in it. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's see how I do. Tail, yeah. Tails is the... Okay, well, he only got hit once. Maybe we can do this. He didn't run into multiple ones this time. maybe we're good. I'm starting to memorize this level as well, so I know where the rings are gonna be most of the time. Oh my god, we did it. Thank goodness. Oh, we did it! With rings to spare. Here we go.
Back up the booty. I need the booty. I like the booty holes.
Had to give you that one again. That's the new celebration song when I finish one of these one of these special stages. Oh goodness. Yeah, only one left. And then I don't have to think about them ever again. Well, until someday in the future when I play this game again. I've already played this game so many times. I'm sure it will happen again. Doo-doo. Definitely check out the 3DS version of this game while you still can, as well. The 3D in it is really nice. Oh, I don't quite have enough to do another one yet. Damn. Let's just roll incredibly slowly, that makes sense. Oh, wrong way. Come on. Put the me sitting image on the screen when I play that song. Ah! Okay. I think I have that. Just, like, I have a button I can press and make that appear. Let me see. Do I have that on speed dial? Oh, that wasn't it. Yes, I do. There it is! There it is! Here you go. There you go. You can't hear the song? What do you mean you can't hear the song? Maybe I need to turn it up. Is that better? I'm playing it through my phone, through my microphone, so it's gonna sound like crap, no matter what I do, but... Hi, Shan. This bit is not working. Alright, there we go. Last one, everybody, let's go! Let's do it. Does my voice sound fine, by the way? Is it just me playing the song? I guess I could find out if I wanted to. My voice sounds lovely, thank you. Here I am not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm totally flubbing it. Jesus. Jesus. Alright. Oh no! Jesus. Alright, focus. Focus time. Oh no. Oh, Tails. Why? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. I actually kind of like the design of this one, where you have to do the jump back and forth thing. It's kind of satisfying. It's not easy, but it's satisfying. Well, what am I doing? What was that? I can't blame Tails for that one. That was just me. Damn. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's try again. Ash sent me something great. The Steam review for a game called Love Stories, Furry Shades of Gay. It says, not recommended. I did not know Steam allowed my friends to see what I was playing. Developer response, we thank you for your sacrifice. That's great. What's been happening in the server? Nothing. Oh, I missed this chat message. Kim, it sounds like sex to me. Sex! That was about the instrument in, whatever that level's called. Adam called you out, I'm sorry. Ah! There we go. 11... No, why did I jump then? No, what am I doing? I've ruined everything! Oh no! Oh man! I'll get this, I'll get this. Stay with me, I'll get this. I promise you. I'll make this happen. Wait, I gotta get the image. I think I still have that. Let's see. Let's see. That's not it. Oh, it might be on my other capture. It might not be on this one. Yeah, I don't... man. I don't have it. What a disappointment. I can't make this happen. Tails. We were one away. We were one away. No, it was it's a Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff panel where it says, we're making this happen. I love to use that when I'm making it happen. Okay, this is going well. I gotta remember it's always 2 in a row until we get to this part. And then it's jump every time. Alright, but I did it. We got over 100. Oh. Beans. Beans and toast. Okay. Okay, oh! Ouch. That many left. What? Did we lose? Jeez. Jeez, Louise. Are you drunk again? No, 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 no. No, no, no. A little Ina reference for your Thursday afternoon. There we go. Okay, it's 2 in a row every time. And then it's jump every time. Okay. Well, it wasn't my best run, but it was good. Good enough. So I gotta get 80 rings. 80 of them. Why? No, I thought I... Gosh dang it. Such pain. Such pain! Oh, 60 to go! How did I do that badly? Oh my god. I look like a fool. An absolute chump. I'm gonna fart the big one. Okay. So now it's gonna be 2 in a row. Nope. Now it's 2 in a row. Okay. The 2 in a row starts at a point that I haven't yet memorized. My phone battery is low. Guess I should plug it in. Let me do that real quick. While I have a breather here. Well, I guess Shanna's just a fair weather friend. So they're gonna leave if I fart. Oh! Ow! If I hadn't run into that, I might have... yeah, if I hadn't run into that, I probably would have made it. We got so close that time. Oh, man. Next time we'll do it. We got this, we got this. If I fart, the stream ends. If I eat a hamburger, the stream ends. If I go to the level called Bumhole Booty Hole Zone, the stream ends. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got this. Cool. I think the first set of rings is over here, right? Right? Yes. I'm very smart. I'm a smart cookie. Chat, I'm a smart cookie. Are you proud of me? Yes. Oh yes, I'm living. Elena the living zombie girl. Why would you go to Bumhole Booty Hole Zone? Chances, why wouldn't you go there? Good question, chat. Why are the rings, like, literally... Why are they everywhere? Why are they like this? what did I even hit? What did I hit? Explain to me what I even hit. I don't even know. There's like no rings. What is this? Tails? 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 Oh. I guess we're fine. Oh, great! I did it. Alright, let's do this properly. Let's do this properly. Where's my browser? There we go. I won't go through the phone this time. Here, so I'll continue playing for the moment. Oh. It's Eggman. Oh. Oh, that was incredibly easy. Tails is dying. Tails is very busy dying. Now I can become super. Alright, Chad, I'm gonna give you the song properly this time. Here we go. Prepare to get blasted, probably. It's gonna be so loud. Oh, no, I guess it's fine.
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty, I want the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty, I like the booty, oh what a booty, shaking that booty, I saw the booty, I want the booty, Lord what a booty, bring on the booty, give up the booty, loving the booty, round booty.
There you go. If I get copyright claimed, it'll have been worth it. Can't believe that's what the stream has turned into. Actually, I can believe it. I always think that sounds like do 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 Inspector Gadget do 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 do. You know that? It always sounds like that for a second. Oh my lord. This level just makes me think of the stream I did playing this game co-op with Shiny. And we somehow had like 32 viewers. It was like the most viewers I'd ever had at once on my stream. I don't know why so many people came to watch that, but... There we go. Oops. Yeah, sorry, I turned it up because the song was quiet. And I was gonna turn it back down, but obviously I got distracted and forgot. Woo! I like the little platforms in the background. Nice touch. Here, Biss, do you want the context? You want the context for this topic?
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty, I want the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty, I like the booty, oh what a booty.
There. I probably should have gotten that checkpoint. That probably would have been smart, but... We're playing risky, baby! Soon I can become Super Sonic. Maybe. What is happening here? Why am I like stuck over here? Here we go. I like when Sonic jumps and stays in the position of holding the thing. It fills me with joy. Fills me with great joy each and every day. Nothing fills me with more joy than Sonic floating through the air in the position of holding something above his head, but he's not holding anything. Can I beat Sonic 2 in one stream? Place your bets now. Now that I don't have to do the special stages, it's gonna be a lot faster. Once I become Super. Once I become Super Sonic. Remember the first time I finished all the special stages was on like a long car trip, because I had the 3DS version? Remember that was my first ever experience with Super Sonic was... Oh! Sorry. Was, Oh, you put the song on the server? Thank you. Was on like a long car trip in the summer. I remember it was like really sunny and... I played Super Sonic. Summer is the time to play classic Sonic for me. That's what I most associate Sonic with, is the summer. Ouch. What the hell is Scoose? The world is Scoose mean. That's some kind of soup? As I mentioned, soup hair, Sonic? Oh, this- oh, hey! Oh, nice! I did this thing. Excuse me? I know about this extra level that they hid down here. Whee! I'm killing you? Oh. I'm sorry. This level's neat. I said Soup Hair Sonic, because I can transform into Soup Hair Sonic now. If I haven't managed to get 50 rings again yet. There you go. Ah! I've never seen this level before. Well, I mean, I knew it existed, but like I've never seen it before, so I don't, Wait, how do you transform into Supersonic? I forget. I have 50 rings. That's how many you need, right? Now what do I do? Well, never mind. Well... never mind that. Silly little dinosaur robot got me. Ooh. Ow. You jump and press the top face button. Gotcha. No! Oh, well, Tails didn't quite save me. Still lost the rings. Here we go. We shall find out next time I have 50 rings. If I ever have 50 rings again, I should say. More like. The hell is this thing? He's got a trumpet! It's the musical Eggman! I ran right into the fire. We're gonna dance into the fire! Eggman, please come back down here. Swear to God, Eggman. How do you do this? Oh, it is a tuba, you're right. It's tubing. This boss is shit. Oh, glowing review. What am I thought maybe I was supposed to use the jet of water. What do you... Excuse me? I beg your jargon? I have to hit... Wait, how do you hit the bomb? It's got spikes all over it. Doesn't make sense. I don't understand. Biss, do you know anything? Biss, are you here? Biss, save me! Biss, please save me. I don't know what I'm doing. I am only a little zombie girl. Oh, that was it? Wait, I swear that happened before. What? Why did it work that? Try winning. Thanks, Biss. You're so kind to me, Biss. Biss over here telling me to get good. I don't know you would stoop to that level, Biss. Love you, Biss. Ah. There, bye. Tails push the button. Yes, we are. Thank you. Sonic got through zone. Oil Ocean zone. Right, let's see if I can become super here. So far, not so good. So far, very bad. Prognosis, not so good. How long have I been streaming for? About 2 hours. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm in the oil ocean! I'm in there! I'm in the oil ocean! Oh, Tails tried to save me for a sec there. Well, this is not good. How did you get there, Tails? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I'm asking too many questions. I got a little while left till Arrow's gonna be ready to stream, so I can probably keep going for a little extra. I feel like Sonic Mania ruined a lot of my memory, or like my memory of classic Sonic games is not kept properly anymore because of Mania. Because it revisits a lot of these things and I get them confused in my brain. Which version is which? So I'm gonna blame Sonic Mania for my difficulty remembering Sonic stuff. I'm very upset that there will pretty much, like, there will never be another Sonic Mania. At least not anytime soon. It's very disheartening. Ow. Wow. Ooh, I got coin. Yeah, it was like, gee, imagine if they just let those people run wild with the series, with the what amazing stuff they would make. It's like a fan game, but with like a proper, like team and like money behind it and everything. I don't know why Sega doesn't understand they've got gold here. They've struck gold with this. And they just like, they're like, nah. I don't get it. Here we go. Like, it just ended up feeling like it's a miracle that we even got Mania at all. It's so bizarre. Ooh. And... what? Excuse me? Okay. Wow. Can't believe I've started saying wah. Wah. Uh-oh, I'm in the oil ocean! Get out of the oil ocean, Sonic, please! Okay. Aha, there we go. You were right, Adam, it was press the upper button. The upper butthole. Oh my god, remember when we were streaming, Horizon Zero Dawn, and there were the upper butts? Remember those? I got an achievement for becoming supersonic. What am I doing? It's like ultra invincibility. Woo! I'm about to run out, but it was nice while it lasted. Tails dying. Well, this is gonna be bad when it runs out here because I have no rings now as a result. Alrighty. Fine then, keep your secrets. Here we go. Ow. This makes me think of Kirby Superstar. This laser thing. Oh my god. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could lose my rings down in the oil ocean! Why I die? Why didn't... Vector visited us for a second there. Tails, how did you end up over there? He's dead. Bye, Tails. Tails is dead, creepypasta. Tails coma theory, creepypasta. Ta-da! I'm glad people like the Vector the Crocodile voice. It's really fun to do. I have Vector the Crocodile, and I have Muppet voice.
Ragnar like this.
I guess, well, Biz calls that one Marvin the Martian. So I guess that's the Marvin the Martian voice. The trick to doing vectors, you have to put a lot of energy behind the voice. Alright, let's keep going. Ow. There's a song in the game Nicktoons Freeze Frame Frenzy for the Game Boy Advance that this song reminds me of. Of all things. Ow. I think my voice is pretty close to Vector's real voice. Tim. I think I have a pretty good impression if I do say so myself. I think you would recognize the real Vector as Vector. Oops, I forget how to do this. There we go. Just like that. I love these exploding starfish. Whoops. I was trying to read the chat. My fault. Alright, we've reached 3 o'clock, so I should probably call it good after this zone. So we probably won't quite finish Sonic 2 in one sitting, but next week we'll finish it. And start Sonic 3, which I don't expect to finish in one sitting at all. Here we go. The zone has 3 acts, huh? Interesting. It's the last one, right? We can beat at least one. I love those bouncy what you want to call them, bouncy shafts. They're really fun and funny. Ow. After the Sky Chase, Wing Fortress, Death Egg. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, we'll definitely finish it next time. And then we won't... So there's probably at least 2 more streams of this game left. We gotta do Sonic 3. That's gonna take a while. Tails, what are you doing? Tails is somewhere, jumping. I never remember what is the last stage in Sonic games. Oh, you... really? That's okay, there's another path. Aha! Do-do. I remember Sonic 3 and Knuckles being fairly long, so... That's... I think we can do it in 2 streams, though. Even if one of the streams is, like, shortened because it's also taken up with some Sonic 2. Where am I even going? Wait, what am I... Guess I should go this way? Yeah. More bouncy shaft. Wait, oh, this is a repeating thing, isn't it? I hate those, they always confusulate me. Ah! No! Oh, it's okay. That was not death. Long-ass level, huh? Oh, we're done. Well, this will be a good spot to stop for now, I think, because we've hit about 2 hours. And I'll have time to take a little bit of a break before Arrow's ready. Ta-da! Well, I had a lot of fun. I like playing Sonic. I like streaming Sonic, it's fun. 3% of the museum, huh? Well, I hope y'all enjoyed watching me play Sonic 2 today. It was a lot of fun. Sorry we didn't beat it. It's a little bit too much of a game to beat in 2 hours. But, next week we'll finish it. I'll be back in probably like half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour at most. And Arrow and I are gonna do one last Subnautica Below Zero stream, where, he just kind of shows me around to a couple things I missed. So that should be a lot of fun. Yeah, sit tight. I'll be back in a little while. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye!